Fixed question mark? Fixed question mark? Fixed question mark? I think it's fixed. Fixed question mark? I think my internet just died. We're back though. We're so back. Who cares? We're so back, boys. Internet dying can't keep us down. What's up, fellas? Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello. Fixed. Hello. Hello. Trying to count one. You fucking better believe it, bro. You better believe it. Shine. We got one. We got one. Now we're trying to get 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 today. Okay. That's what's next. That's what's next. If I go dry again. Ooh, what do you guys think I should do? To change my links. Because my YouTube stream died so fast. Okay. Clue just put out an announcement. Maybe I should go to a different spot. Clue was like, yo, you could go to this spot. Earlier, Clue was like, yo, you could go to this spot if you wanted to. And I was like, no. I've got to fucking play for the team and go strategy. But if it's the same points, if it's like literally the exact same points per hour. But like, I mean, if strategy's better, I'll go strategy. I'll do whatever's better for the team. Go 100k dry again. Fuck it, run it back. Yeah. What's nuts is like, yeah, shiny 1050. You finally sleep good. I slept 8 hours last night. What's your shiny? It's on screen, but like barely. I gotta show off some stuff. All right, I think we gotta do the stream recap intro, fellas. Well, alrighty, fellas, good morning. Welcome to the beginning of day 10 of the 3rd annual PokeMMO Shiny War. And as you can tell, I have a lot more energy. I'm in a better mood. Number one, I finally hit a shiny. I hit shiny Altaria last night at 140, almost 1,000 encounters. I'm now, from my understanding, from what I've been told, the third driest Iron Man in the game. I think rank 1 is Chassel's at 180k, and then rank 2 is Xerath's at 150k. Both those guys have hit their shinies. I believe that now I am historically rank 3. That's just to our knowledge. Obviously that could be corrected, but Iron Man's a pretty small group, so keep that in mind, right? Pretty small, well-connected, grinders. Okay. But I finally hit that. That was absolutely huge. My trip is currently sitting at 120,000 encounters. We've now done 121k in war alone. We're over at Scraggy today. And I wanted to show off, bro. This guy said that he got this shiny horsey while watching my Altaria video. And I was like, that's a pretty tight. It's only like a 7-minute video. That's a pretty tight window, you know? I looked over at the stats. Well, first the encounters. 5,000 encounters. Very lucky. Congratulations. 3 times 31. Man caught himself a 3 times 31 shiny while watching a 7-minute video. Just so happens, and it's nuts, like 3 times 31 is like 1 in 78 shinies. So after like your 78th OT, that's when you're around on average going to get a 3 times 31 shiny, for reference. Like that is incredibly lucky and incredibly cool to see around that. Congratulations to you, man. And then apparently 362 encounters later, he said he took a nap, came back, and got himself a shiny Dawn fan. And look at the stats on this one. It's not 3 times or 2 times 31, but it's 25 plus in HP attack defense, and then 31 speed def, and then 20 plus speed. This is one of the best wild statted Dawn fans I've seen. Like, this guy is a beast at catching good IV shinies. Okay, I wanted to shout out him. As FCM for Narf. So shout out to him. He's had some really crazy shinies, man. Next up, we do have a leaderboard update, okay? It's a pretty big one, dude. Eclipse has taken a pretty handed lead right now. being about 300 points. It's been about that the whole war, to be fair, but like 300 points ahead. They're at exactly 5,555 points heading into day 10. How poetic is that? Come on. ETG still fighting, still fucking going hard. They won. They don't want to be second place. They want to be first place again, dude. They're hungry. They miss it. Beans sitting well above the pack. Beans with that strong third place is so underrated. 4,400 points. Kraken, I think a sleeper hit of this event. Kraken, who has amazing drip, amazing sense of style. They have fucking crawled and worked and grinded their way up to 4th place. Very fucking impressive stuff from Kraken, who I really like their drip, and I really like their pirate hats, and I love their organization in game. BYD, 5th place at 3690. Dynasty, I've met a few Dynasty players, very nice players. 3666 points right now. Cinema at 3654. Radiance at 3563 at 8th place. ETG Team 2, the B team for ETG at top 10 at 9th place. Insane. And then at 10th place is my team, YouTube.com Petrosuki. Check them out. Amazing YouTube channel. Not me, just Petrosuki. It's a real one. 10th place at 3,381. We are about 350 points ahead of rank 11. And that's what's like, dude, which feels good, but also like you can't get laxed, because that's how Galaxy Squad went from like 2,700 to like 3,000. I swear, between going to bed last night and waking up. So you can't get relaxed, man. You can't get relaxed. You got to keep grinding. There's still a very long event ahead of us. 18 days left. You got Sweetheart Baby in 12th place, MN team in 13th, and then Team Brilliant in 14th place. All those teams are still in the running for top 10. And it is a fight, man. This year is so, I know I've said it like every stream recap, but it's true. I was in Discord yesterday with some of the higher end players, and this year is just so much more competitive. It is just nuts. Like, and I've seen so many people saying like even just getting top 50 is like so hard. Like getting top 50 is so much harder than people expected. But I think that's everything I wanted to mention. I think that is our stream recap intro. I would love to see a wet streak today. I'm sure there will be more talking points that come up throughout the stream. But thank you guys for watching another PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of tips, tricks, information, discussion, and conversation around the game. Make sure to like it if you enjoy it, dislike if not, and subscribe for daily PokeMMO videos. Let's go ahead and jump into things, and hopefully I can go on a wet streak today once again. Whew. When did you hit? Just last night. Just last night, man. I went live as soon as I hit. Hopefully I didn't F there. Hopefully no F. Yeah, sorry about that loss. Yeah, back to like the last shiny, yeah. Oh. It's not, well, pure luck. It's not pure luck. It's so much preparation, Jacob, and grinding. It's preparation. I would say in terms of like things that matter, you know what it is? Number one is strategy. This is a great question. How can the other teams even catch up to Eclipse? Is there any method off the top of your head where a team could catch up, or is it pure luck and grinding? It's definitely not pure luck. Strategy, there's some luck, don't get me wrong. And the longer the war goes on, the more that luck is evened out. When you have 30 people per, that's why we do 30 people teams and why we do 28 days. Because if you do like a 1 week war, that would be way more RNG based, or like 7-player teams or something like that. Like 30-player teams, the more aggregate you have, right, the more your RNG evens out. I went 140k dry, but my team is still cooking, and hopefully now I can hit a wet streak and help my team out and even my RNG out, right? Or I'm just the RNG even out for my team, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to just keep getting encounters. You're always helping your team just by getting encounters, and it's all about the aggregate. When you're in a Shiny War team, you are an aggregate. You are not individual players. You are a group. You are one shiny hunting conglomerate. You are one like psychosomatic. We're one, like you're one thing. You're one. I'm not smart enough to talk like this, but you're one fucking thing. Okay, you are one giant blob. Now, I think in terms of like priority of things that matter during Shiny War, I think strategy. Is it number 1 or number 2? Strategy is so important. Unique, all the unique and like duplicate species clause matters so much. It's hard to rank. I think grinding I think strategy might be rank 1. If you have a dog shit strategy, even if you grind so much, it doesn't really matter. Like strategy just matters so much, and like having like a understanding where people should go for what shunts and yada yada yada. I would say it goes like strategy, grinding, luck. Am I missing anything? Strategy, grinding, luck, in that order. Like luck plays a role, don't get me wrong, but that is just so evened out over time, you know. Top 50 is hours, top 10 is hours plus strats. Yes, for sure. Pretty much you get higher ranked for sure. Especially if you're over top, that's true. Like the lower your goal is, the less RNG even matters, but also RNG gets evened out. It's one of those things. I understand shiny thing looks so RNG dependent outside looking in, and it does when you're looking at one shunt. I mean, if this war was decided by one shiny hunt, right? If this war was decided by one shiny hunt, I would be fucked. You know what I'm saying? But thankfully, it's a 28-day war, you know, so you have enough time to even out your RNG. Some people might not, but even then, if those people don't have time to even out their individual RNG, it'll impact their team still. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. That's the main thing to factor in. But I understand why people call it luck. I have to have these discussions all war, like, oh, we're trying to war all luck. And hopefully people can see, like, I think the best testament, what I remind people of is, why do we see the same shunters at the top of the leaderboards each year? I think that is the same thing happens in like Magic the Gathering or in Pokemon PvP. Is Pokemon PvP all luck because there's critical hits and there's like T-Wave miss and Toxic miss and things like that, or Stone Edge, right? There's RNG, but you can min-max it and like kind of get around that and play around that, right? There's a reason why we see the top Pokemon PvPers consistently at the top of leaderboards. Same with Magic the Gathering or any competitive card game. So yes, there is RNG. I think it's important to acknowledge in Shiny War, but you can alienate most of it in 28 days with 30 players per team. It's a good question to talk about though, for sure. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Missy. I thank you. Effort plus prep. The prep is like under talked about. Well, it's talked about prior to war, but not as much during war. Because like eggs are so passive. Like that's like such a huge, like eggs being as passive as they are. That's another interesting thing. Someone brought up, yeah, it's effort plus prep. I think the prep gets talked about a ton prior to war, but almost never during war. If you prepped enough during war, number one, you had the Leppas. But dude, for me, it's the eggs. Like as an Ironman account, I can't be popping eggs the same way other players can. I think prep is overrated. I think if you're a main account who can do eggs and stuff constantly, I think it's properly rated. But I get that. I think prep is overrated for like if you're going for top 50 or even top 10. Is that fair? Is anarchy? I think that's actually based. That's a whole different point, but you're actually correct. I don't want players to think they can't go for top 50 because they didn't prep eggs or something like that. I think you don't need to. I think it's just grind and effort. It helps, but like eggs are not worth that many points this year. Dude, eggs are like 58 points from my understanding. Is that right, chat? Like if you get an egg, it's like 50 base points, and then if it's like unique species or whatever, you get like 58 or something like that. Like eggs are not, which sounds like a lot, but like there are, yeah, 58 at most, bro. There are like hordes that are like 38 points. That's crazy that there are hordes, and obviously they're rarer hordes, but like what's the average horde? The average horde is like 18 points, it seems like around 18, I think. If the average horde is 18 points, is like the average horde compared to the best egg really like is 3 horde hunts equivalent to 1 egg hunt? I don't think so. Like egg hunts are way harder. They take like a few hundred hours, and hordes are like 30 hours a pop on average, right? Not from what I've heard, Xanarchy. I think this is actually, with all due respect, Xanarchy, I think you're a very talented player. I think you're way off on the hours this year. I could be wrong. You can do top 50 doing 5.5 hours a day average, no eggs. I could not disagree with this more. I think this year it's like closer to 8 to 10. I'll have to talk to more players, but from all the players I've talked to, I know some really talented players not able to get top 50 this year, Xanarchy. Top 50 seems, and I think last year top 50 was like 6+ hours. I agree with you. I think this year it's like 8 to 10. And then I think this year top 10 is probably like 14 hours. Like it's and then top 3, I'm pretty sure nobody's averaging less than like 15, 16 hours a day, which is a big difference between like 14 to 16. It's pretty nuts, man. No, that's so fair. It's so fair. Yeah. Only phase, which is like a pretty chill from my understanding, like, but like a lot of good shunners are in that team, but they're like more casual about it. I think they're struggling to get top 50. Like there's a lot of like really good players and good teams who are struggling to get top 50. They're playing more casually, obviously, but even then, like it's more harder than they thought, you know, type thing. There's like there's 258 teams this year. Dude, there's so much, man. Yeah. I try to tell people that this year's top, I guesstimated last year that it was like 6 hours. And I'm on my same guesstimates. Maybe my guesstimates are just wrong. Keep that in mind. Feel free to disagree. We're all just guesstimating. So please feel free to disagree. I'm just gonna, disagree respectfully. I hope that's okay. Anyways, what was I saying? There was a point that I wanted to talk about, but it's early. It's early in the morning. I'm just yapping. It's fun to talk about Shiny War, man. There's so much to talk about, dude. Eggs. So eggs are like 58 points at the best, and then like the average horde is like 18 points. So like 3 hordes are like 1 egg. Dude, eggs are like not, I was thinking last night, like eggs are not that good, but what's really good is they're just passive. Like what makes eggs so crazy, not so crazy, they're honestly balanced. And also that's another element of RNG being balanced out. Eggs not being really broken is really good for RNG balance in Shiny War. Like the hordes being like really, I think the balance this year is the best it's ever been by far. I think every player would agree to that. I'm curious people's thoughts. I think this is by far the best Shiny War. I'm curious people's thoughts in chat. I think this is, I like the eggs are not OP. Me too. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but like eggs are not OP this year, which is good and bad. But what makes eggs good is they're passive. The fact that you can spend 1 hour making like 600, 700 eggs and then hatch them passively while you do other shunts, that's what's so good. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so good. And the fact you can prepare, I don't know how many, like is like 23 boxes you can have in PokeMMO, 20 boxes. The fact you can prepare like 20 boxes, let's say, times 60, you can prepare 1,200 eggs before war even begins. I think egg prep is, they being passive encounters is just so freaking good. That's the main thing. You're doing encounters rare encounters while you do hordes like that or whatever. So I think the egg prep is definitely like crucial, and it being passive is under talked about in the casual spaces, not in the hardcore spaces, obviously. But yeah, I think that's a big thing is like what's being discussed. This happened actually recently with and maybe I just used the wrong word. I put out a video yesterday called like, oh, like the new best strategy for like damp and stuff like that. And I call it the new best strategy because it's only really been adapted over the past few months. I only really heard about it over the past few months, things like that. And a lot of players were like, this isn't new, it's been in the game and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, it's been in the game, but it hasn't been used by the players from what I see. And I could be wrong. I like to think that I have a pretty good grasp. Like, I think I talk to more Pokemon players than the average person. I think that's fair to say. Probably much more, right? I think so. That doesn't always mean I'm automatically correct, but it does mean that I have a good perspective of what players are using, what strategies, and what the average player looks like. I often find that the hardcore player forgets what the average player looks like. So what's new to the average player isn't new to them. So when they see like, oh, new strategy in the title, they can be like, oh, well, I've been using this strategy for 3 months, Petrowski, and it's like, that's awesome, that's really cool. This video is not for you then. Like, this video is for the average player who like doesn't know about, the skill swap damp. I didn't know about skill swap damp for the past few months, so that sort of thing. One more question someone mentioned. Let me just go back. It's always good to understand what videos for. Like, some videos are for new players, average, intermediate players, hardcore players. Just depends on the video. What are Sinnoh pickup tables about that the devs announced? Still on the Shiny Wars update. So Sinnoh didn't have pickup tables for the longest time, and they just added them. And nobody's really been able to talk about that, test them, hype them up. People have been asking for Sinnoh pickup tables for the longest time. This update added so many things that people have been asking for years, and we haven't even been really able to appreciate them because we're busy with Shiny War, which is like positives and negatives, like kind of beautiful, but also like, god damn it, I want to test Payday Pickuping at Altering Cave so much more. I love to test Payday Pickuping at certain Sinnoh spots. Like, I'm sure Sinnoh has a bunch of new like things. I wish Sinnoh had a roaming legendary, because that would be like really cool if you could Payday Pickup while going for roaming legendary. Like, I think that'd be really sick. But maybe I think it's one of those things. One day, I'm full of the app today. Holy shit. Next topic. One day, I would love to see roaming legendaries in each region. But the problem is, roaming legendaries, the devs already have talked about, they don't love the way that roaming legendaries are implemented. They don't love them in design, and I like them. I wouldn't say I love them either, because they're just kind of like a single encounter grind. I think roaming legendaries are at their best when you are single encountering or making money or payday pickuping or doing something like that, and then you have the chance of a roaming legendary in the background. I think that when you are purposefully grinding just for the legendary, it feels not great. I'll be so honest. I think single encounter shunting feels better than that for whatever reason. But I like the idea of roamings being in each region, but I don't know if we'll end up seeing it because I don't know if the devs love the implementation. It's one of those things, but I'd be cool with a passive. But do we really have enough like bad legendaries for 3 per each region? I know easy. Sinnoh is easy. You could do the lake spirits, which are not, won't break shit, right? And then what's it called? Unova or Hoen's easy. You do the Reggie trio. Unova is the one. Like, what 3 legendaries do you do for Unova that wouldn't break the game? You can't do the genies. The genies are too good. The genies are way too good. I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly. Zenarchy's running some math, so if you've got math, like, I'll fucking chalk it up to that. Top 50 is currently 885 points, which means 188.5 points per day, 6.1 points per day per player. Spots are 0.8 to dude, look at I gotta trust the math. 0.8 to 1.2 points per hour generally. Dono, no charm. So 1 point per hour average. That means 6 hours of the team is well stratted. Now, I respect. Hey, Zanarchy just fucking ran the math. I can't argue with that, man. If top 50 is 6 hours a day, my guesstimate would be is that it's closer to I respect your math. Could we agree on 7? Because I bet you those players aren't playing efficiently. It depends on like I'm not playing efficiently. I'm probably averaging, dude, I don't know, 800, 900 counters an hour. Now different spots, obviously you have ×3s, you have what's it called? You have like reactive gas, ×5 horde spots. There are things that affect that, but that's super. I cannot say thank you enough for running that math, Zan. 6 hours a day efficiently probably evens out to like 7 hours a day, like actually playing. I think that's fair. I think that's reasonable. Or I would just take the 6 hours. I think that's fucking reasonable as hell. Thanks for running the math. So that's based on that math, like Zanarchy said, top 50 is around 6 hours per player. That's pretty sick, man. And that's no. You're right. No, you're right. Okay, I gotta. You know what? That is not including any shiny charms and 0 eggs. But even that is, yeah, that's a safe bet. You know what, Zanarchy? You win. I think that, like, not even like I think that's based. I appreciate you fucking correcting my math, correcting that. I was going off of vibes and the players that I've been talking to. If it's closer to 6 hours a day average, it's closer to 6 hours a day. I appreciate that, man. So it seems like that's good news for anybody grinding and shutting hunting in war. It seems like if all of your players are playing around 6 hours a day, you can get top 50 right now. So that's a good hope, honestly. I think it's still a lot of hours of playing video games. Don't get me wrong, but it's achievable.